recording for class today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody as we kick off class. However, if you have anything to say, you can unmute and say if you have any questions, or you can raise your hand or whatever. Either. All right, let's do this. Let me set my camera up. So I'm going to be going back and forth from this mode to this mode today. I really like that my camera lets me switch it out to get my computers in line so I can see you all. And we are good. Let's do this. Everyone, feet together, hands at your sides. Bow, hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and up. To start, let me kick off with our life skill today. Real fast, let me have you guys just start loosening up your arms while I start with our life skill. So the life skill today is on self-confidence. The focus this week is the value of studying. So there's a quote, "You are rewarded in public for what you practice in private," which is super important. Anybody you see that goes for a gold medal at the Olympics, anybody that's at the Olympics, period, has been working for it a lot behind the scenes. You just don't see them doing that. By the way, I have a reminder that just popped up on my phone here. If you are at home, you're obviously at home. If you are in your house, if you're watching this on a computer, the HDMI port on the side of the computer right there, you can run an HDMI cord to most TVs, and it will automatically screencast your entire video up on the TV if you need a bigger screen to be able to see on. I'm assuming it's working fine as far as whatever tablets you guys have currently, tablets or computers. But if you ever want it on the big screen, you can just plug it in and it should work. I'm trying to find out if there's a way to screencast from your mobile device to your TV. I don't know how to do that yet though, so when I figure it out, I'll let you know. All right, let's continue. So, all right, Mr. Hodges, good timing, so we're just kicking off. So first things first, let me have you guys give me some high knees, just loosen your hips up to begin. One side and the other, just lift the legs up, get everything moving. I'm gonna have Mr. Greenway's on as well, good. 2, there we go. Couple more times, one side, other side. So we're working on, we're on orange stripes today. Last week we were on forms. We'll touch on that for part of our warm-up. All right, twist side to side. So we'll touch on your forms. What else we got? Something else as well. All right, and where you are, have your hands up. We're gonna do a basic combo for warm-up. With your hands up like this, you're gonna go, I want to tie this in. Actually do this, put your right side guard forward. So beginner level has cross chop ridge hand as part of their combination from the week. So you're gonna have your hands up, you'll go here, there, and then just reset. So cross, and then we're just loosening up. This isn't hardcore yet. I just want you to warm the muscles up. So your muscles up, cross chop, ridge hand, reset. Cross chop, ridge hand, reset. Couple more. Cross chop, ridge hand, reset. One more. All right, change sides. Other side, same thing. So put your other hand, left hand cross chop, right hand ridge hand. And again, left chop, right ridge. 2 more times. One more. All right, now turn square to the camera. Hands are up. We're gonna be doing orange stripe for beginner level, has 3 combos that we're gonna use as part of our warm-up. Combo number 1 is to do a left hand inside block into a right hand ridge hand to the body. So again, you go inside block, ridge hand to the body. Again, block, ridge hand. Good, that's it. Again, ready to go. Block, and then ridge hand. Good, Anastasia. Again, go block, and then ridge hand. 2 more times. Go block, ridge hand. One more. Inside block, ridge hand. Combo number 2 for beginner level is to take your right hand and do an inside block, and the same hand does a hammer fist, just like that. So here you'll go, block, hammer fist. Do it again, ready, go. Block, hammer fist. Again, ready, and go. Block, hammer fist. I did a cross chop, hammer fist. One more time. Ready, go. Block, hammer fist. The third combo for this rotation, we'll do both sides, is to do a side kick into a hammer fist. Before you do it, let's do a light stretch. Take your feet, spread them out a little wider than your shoulders. You adjust my camera from a stretch. There we go. So with your feet a little wider than your shoulders, you're gonna bend one leg and push your hip down towards the ground. You should feel a stretch in the other side. It's a good kind of hurt. I heard for the adults on the video, everyone changed to the other side. I heard that the adult version of peer pressure is hearing your neighbor mowing their grass. It's definitely time for me to mow my grass. All right, so let's do our side kicks. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me kick this up just a little. Actually, I'm gonna rotate you guys for this part. So with your guard sideways, close leg, your right side guard, your right leg is gonna do a side kick, and you don't have to kick high on this. This is just for warm up. You're gonna go side kick, and as you come down, you throw your hammer fist. You're trying to hit the side of the jaw. If you hit with your hammer fist flat on the mouth, you risk them biting into your hand. So again, our guard's up. You'll just come in with a side kick. And this could either be a side kick to the body, or you could just be side kicking down on the kneecap, and then you come in with your hammer. Do it again. Hands are up. Come through with your side kick, hammer fist. Good. Do it again. Ready? Go. Side kick, hammer fist. Couple more times. Ready? And go. Side kick, hammer fist. Good snap on that hammer fist stack. One more time. Ready? Go. Good, Mr. Hodges. Side kick, and they come through, hammer fist. So when you're throwing those hammers as well, I want to add something here. I see a lot of you guys actually already doing this. The other hand stays tight, because that way, as soon as you follow up, you'd be able to follow up either with a reverse punch, you go to a strike with a ridge hand, or you could take it into a hook for a throwdown. All right, next side, other side, same thing. Put your left side guard forward. Close leg, side kick, come down, hammer. Do it again. Come in and go. Side kick, hammer. Couple more. That's it, Miss Murphy. Good. Again, go side kick, hammer. Ab and ab, good hit. Arturba, good as well. Go side kick, hammer. Two more times. Ready? And go. Side kick, hammer. Good. Caleb, Alex, both of you guys, good snap on that punch. Okay, now, building off of that, this rotation for you guys, we are on rotation number 3. So rotation 3, blue stripes. One more thing for warm up. The last thing we're going to tie in is your blue stripe material, which is universal number 3. We'll do number 3 together. I think I'm going to keep the camera this way to start. And then we're going to go into your orange stripe combos. Single lapel takedown, and then 2 fighting combos. All right, so first thing, your universal number 3, I'm going to try to mirror you on this. I think this way should work. You can see my side kicks as well. Nope. A little higher. So the camera doesn't show me exactly where it cuts off. My screen shows that right now, my iPhone shows it cut off at my eye level, whereas my camera on my computer shows there. So I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame for you guys. Universal 3, so we're starting here, feet together. You're going to take your, your right leg steps out, so my left. Your right leg steps out, you go to your ready position, just like that. You'd announce your form, you'd say universal 3. We put our right side guard up to this side. You're going to take your right hand, so a back fist to the head. Right leg shoots a side kick to the body. You change guard, we do the same thing. So your left hand does a back fist to the head. Left leg does a side kick to the body. As soon as you do the side kick to this side, you look over your right shoulder behind you, and your right leg does a back kick. You just pick it up and stomp behind you as you land with your guard still to the camera. Now, once you land here, this is the second half of universal 3. That is right, Ab and Ab. We're going to take our front hand, your right hand, your left hand, I'm backwards, does a cross chop. Your right hand does a ridge hand. Don't move, hold it right here for 1 second. If I threw a kick at you like this, it's called a knee elbow block. You step in and you run your elbow against your knee to stove their kick, and then you step into them. When you land, you do it again with your close hand. Right hand does a cross chop. Good, that's it, Pace clan. And then other hand does a ridge hand. On the ridge hand, Piper, pull that other hand right back to your face as well. So when this hand's here, pull this hand, boom, right back to your face as you throw it. We finish universal 3 with 2 punches. You go right, left, and then the last piece of number 3 is all we have to do. The hand that's out, your left hand, you're going to pull it back and turn the face away from the camera with your hands up. That's the end of universal 3. So the forms, usually they end up If universal 4 is going to start facing that way, then the end of 3 has the transition piece for you so that when you start 4, you're already in the right position. It makes it easier for keeping pieces together when you start learning all the universals together. Let's do it again. So universals number 3, we're here. Take your right leg and step out, ready position. You'd announce your form and say universal 3. We put our right side guard up. We go, now this is an advanced guard, by the way. So a basic guard is here. My front hand protects my face, back hand protects my body. Advanced guard is where my back hand protects my face, forward hand protects the body. Both work the same way. The only difference is if I'm in an advanced guard and someone throws a punch in my face, this hand is the one that's going to be protecting. If they kick or strike for the body, my forward hand is going to close up to protect me. If I'm in a basic guard here and they go for the body, then this hand is there to protect the body. It covers the ribs. This hand is there to protect the face. Both are right. It's just in this form we're doing an advanced guard. So from your advanced guard, back hand's up, other hand's down. You take your right hand, back fist to the head, same side, right leg side kick to that body on that side. Land, good, Mr. Hodges. Change guard to the other side, same thing. We take the forward hand, your left hand, back fist to the head, and then the right left leg does a side kick to the body. You look over your right shoulder behind you and you do a right leg back kick behind you, but then you land guarding towards the camera. So you're just kicking that guy one time, you're coming back to focusing on these guys here. From here, your forward hand, left hand does a cross chop, just like the basic students are working on. Back hand does a ridge hand to the body. You step in and you clear with a knee elbow block against the kick coming in. Now, I'm gonna add something on that in a minute. You take your closed hand, do a cross chop with your right hand, ridge hand with your left hand, and then you throw 2 punches. The hand that's already chambered is your first. Right, left, and then you quickly pull around and guard facing away from the camera. And that's the end. So what I wanted to add on the knee elbow block is this. If a kick is coming in, let's say I'm throwing a roundhouse kick like this at you. As I kick, the reason for the knee elbow block is you are trying, this is my pointer, just a little bit, there. If I'm throwing my roundhouse kick, as it's coming in, if you can block me here, high on the thigh, it takes away a lot of my torque, my momentum. If you get caught with my kick out here on the end, it's just like me swinging a baseball bat. If I'm swinging at you, this end piece is where the most power is generated. You don't want to get hit there. You want to hit this piece, just like we worked on stick disarms. So if I'm coming in like this with that, it's the same thing with my kick. You try to block with that knee elbow block where you're hitting me up here higher than my kneecap to take away my momentum. Let's move on. So you guys have several combinations this week. Combo number 1. There are 3 things we do in the advanced level. There's 3 concepts. The first one
Mr.
is
Brian?
your offensive grab. Yes, sir, Abhinav.
I think of the knee elbow block like you have a shield in your hand and you're doing this.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's just like a shield, but it has to be done right. If you use the shield and you block the strong part of their shin down here, it's going to hurt your shield a lot. You want to make sure you get them really close when you block it. All right, so the 3 concepts we have for this week. On Orange Week, we do 1 offensive grab, which means Green Week, we do defensive grabs. Someone has grabbed me, how do I get out of it? Orange Week, for the advanced level, we have 1 grab that is us being offensive. We're the one that's starting the fight. To be clear, I don't want you to start fights, but there are times that you need to be the first one to do something first. If there are multiple attackers, it is better for you to be the first one that goes if you know that you're going to be in a self-defense situation, rather than wait till they all come at you at the same time. So the offensive one we'll cover in a second. We have 1 sparring combination. Our sparring combination is what you do in sparring if you're trying to get points, and that also works in fighting. But the last one is our fighting combination. Our fighting combination does not work in sparring because it hits ways that are illegal for sparring matches. In sparring, you're not allowed to hit somebody below the belt because you could really hurt their knee. Whereas our fighting combinations we'll teach involve knee strikes. You're not allowed to hit to the eye. You can't do eye gouges. You can't hit to the throat. You can't do knees and elbows in sparring. But we will do this for our fighting combos. So the first one we have is the offensive single lapel grab, which is this. If you've ever seen people fight, guys we're just weird. We're goofy people. Guys get in the mentality of, I'm going to get in your face. And so the offensive lapel grab we have this rotation is this. This is for adults have to have the offensive grabs when they test for black belt. So for the first one, let's pretend I come up. If someone's being hostile with me and I push them just a little bit on their chest like that, if I push them a little and I keep my hand at their chest, if they're trying to be macho, you guys tell me what you guys think they would do to show me. If you're being macho and I push you back a little, the natural macho thing to do is to try to. Macho means trying to be a tough guy. So if I push you back a little and you're trying to show that you're really tough, usually the mentality of someone that wants to fight you is they're not going to let you just push them a little bit. I'm not saying push them. I'm saying just create a little space. You just push them a little bit. And that way it's saying, hey, this is my zone. Don't step in my bubble. But when you do that, they're going to want to put the natural reaction is push back. Well, this is us doing it to them. We're putting their hand out. If they were to go for play pancake, we would want to pull our hand back. You're just trying to push them back a little. Now, if they go to push back against you, if they resist you, what you're going to do is this. So everyone take your right hand like this. Hold your right hand out just like that. So you push out and think about it. They push back against you. They're leaning on you a little, right? Trying to show that they're strong. You're going to quickly you're doing this on purpose. You want them to push against you. You're going to quickly grip their collar. So I went from pushing. As soon as they resist me a little, I grip their collar and I pull them at the same time. Whatever direction they're going to go, I'm going to take them the other. I'm going to go with them so it throws them off balance. So again, we're here. We push just a little just to get them to lean in. As soon as they lean in, you grip their shirt and you pull them this way real fast. Now, for this part, I need to include my feet. So watch this. Austin, do you have a question, buddy? Or you're doing the push? You're doing the push. Just checking. Based on the angle of your camera, it looked like your hand was up for a question. You're just doing the push, right? You have a question? What's your question, buddy? Hang on. I have no idea where you are on my list. I got a bunch of people on here. You can unmute it if you got a question. It's fine. So let me keep going, but unmute if you have a question on it. After you push, oh wait, you're not muted. Go for it.
Are we gonna do this with partners?
Good question. This is one that if you have someone with you, you can do it together right now. That'd be fine. You can pretend to push each other on this, but let me show you the move first. Then you can try it with each other, okay? And you can also go back and watch the replay of this video and then do it with somebody so you can kind of go step by step on it. All right, let's go again. So we're here. We just push like this, right? They go to lean in, we grip the shirt and we pull. Now, this hand, my right hand is the one that's pulling. So my right leg is the one that's gonna draw the letter C. I'm gonna go around just like that. And what I'm trying to do is this. Let me use my chair here.
Is that C-step?
I'm doing a C-step, yes sir. So watch this chair. Let's pretend this chair is where the person is, right? I push a little, they push back. I grip the shirt, I pull, and if their legs are here and here, I am taking my leg, I'm going around so that my kneecap, let me turn it this way so you guys can see. I'm gonna go sideways here for a second. So I push, I pull, I go around so that my knee is behind their knee. As soon as I get behind their knee, I'm gonna push again. Now, if you pull them, they're falling forward. They try to resist. As they start to lean back, I push and I turn at the same time. So where he is, I'm pushing and turning, which is gonna take him down. That's exactly right. You're doing a takedown. It's a simple takedown. If you can get your kneecap, let's pretend. I need a person for this. Let me use. Here's their leg, right? So if this is their leg right here, I push them, I pull them, I take my leg, and I try to put my kneecap behind their kneecap. So I'm facing this way, they're facing that way. When I'm in this position, if I turn this way, do you see how their knee has stayed locked behind my knee? I turn and I just pop my knee out a little. It's going to kick their leg out from under them and throw them to the ground. It is one of the more simple but super effective takedowns because if you're in position behind their knee,
kick the leg like
all you
this.
do is kick back.
Yeah.
So you could kick. It depends on where you want to kick on this, Abhinav. If you're doing it as a takedown, watch this. If I push and I pull and I step to here, if I kick sideways, if I am locked against the side of their knee, it's going to hurt their knee, which is effective if you're going for that. If you get your kneecap behind their knee, you can push like that, and it will make them go like this, and it won't hurt them. So it depends on what you're trying to do. Usually for like a leg throw like that, I practice doing it without hurting the kneecap, but you could kick more to the side to hurt the knee if you needed to, if it was more of a self-defense situation. So let's do it one more time. We're here now. This is one that we'll practice again once we're actually in session again. But we're pushing them. They push back. You grip them, and at the same time as you grip them, you're trying to pull them so they start to fall off balance. As they're falling forward off balance, you get around their legs, and then you just turn. Now, I want to show you one more thing here. I should have brought Bob home for this part. When you turn, you can keep the lapel and push them down this way, or you can take your hand and reach out like you're hugging them. Their head is right here. You can hug them so that the elbow is right around their neck, and you just turn again. And that will also do your takedown.
Can't you do like this? Like slide your leg backwards? Like this?
Say again, Abhinav?
Can't you like slide your leg like this then?
Yes, you could slide your. I like to kick my leg backwards like you just did. I like to slide it back to help kick out their leg, but I want to do it when I'm turning. Because if I'm here, let me get in position for you guys on this one. Right there, looks good. So if I'm here, push, pull, step around. I'm behind. Let me turn sideways. So push, pull, step around behind. If my knee is bent here, I'm behind their leg. I'm going to turn, and the leg that's behind their knee is going to slide back at the same time. That slide back with this leg here going like that is what's going to help bump their leg out from under them, which makes it so that when you kick out their leg, they fall straight in front of you rather than falling away. Usually with our throws, we want to throw people so they land really close so that you don't have to follow up. All right, let's go to our next combo. So that was our first thing, which is our offensive grab. Single lapel into a takedown. The second one, I think I have videos on these. I'm going to see if I have videos that I can do screencasting next class to show you me doing it with somebody, since we're doing the social distancing thing and trying not to be around people. I'd love to have Ms. Stafford and Ms. Newman to do it with me, but I also don't want to take a chance on getting sick. I feel good, by the way, but just to be safe. We have combo number 2, skip side kick, back fist cut ridge hand. So what you're going to do is this. Give me a right side guard to start. You're here. On a skip side kick, we're leaning on the back leg. The front leg is going to come up, and I'm going to hop off my back leg as I shoot my side kick, just like that. Let's do just that again.
Skip side kick.
So you're here. That's right, skip side. So I lean on the back leg. I push off of it, and I side kick. That's my skip side. If you watch this, though, watch. I'm going to do it wrong this time. If I lean on my front leg at all, and then I put my weight on my back leg, it's not a skip. It's a shuffle. So you have to, don't shuffle. This is a shuffle. Don't lean and then change guard. On a skip, you just push and side kick. So as soon as you do your side kick, you're going to land with a back fist. So if we're here, we go skip in, side kick. What's that? Yes, sir, that's right. You want to go for a skip on this. So skip in, side kick, land with a back fist to the head. So our side kick was to the body. Our back fist is to the head, which means the ridge hand we're about to throw, we don't want it to be up to the head. Since we just hit there, we're going to go to the body on the ridge hand. So do it again. Hands are up. You'll skip in, side kick, land back fist. Good. Other hand, ridge hand. Good pace of plan. That was it. The camera's a little dark on the corner. Is that, I can't tell if that's Piper or if it's Freya. Piper down for the count? She looks like she's down for the count. Anastasia, yes, ma'am. Try that combo 1 or 2 more times on yours. Have your guard up, skip and side kick, back fist, ridge hand. Go for it. Anastasia, yes, ma'am.
On the other combo, which way were you going when you were making the C with your?
On the C step?
Yeah, were you going front or backwards?
I'm trying to step around behind them. So if they're in front of me, I was stepping around towards behind their leg, trying to get behind them. All right, so let's do it one more time. Our guard is up like this. From here, we go skip in. You do your side kick first. Good, Mr. Hodges. And then land with that back fist high, and then you pull that ridge hand through. Now, when you throw the back fist high, watch this. Mr. Patrick can snap as well. When I throw that back fist to the head, this hand, I'm usually pulling it back to my face, because when you hit here, everyone put your hands by your head. Imagine you just got hit in the head. Your reaction is to pull your hands up. That's just, it's hard to break that reaction. You're going to pull your hands up. So if they're going to swing at you, their hands are probably already up here, which means the only really good shot that they have is something towards your head. Even if it's not powerful, it's not towards your head. If their hand was down here, then they might have a good body shot. But most times you tag them in the head, their hands come up to block, so they have a harder time doing a body shot, which is why after my side kick, back fist, I keep that hand up because they're still focusing here as I hit them with the ridge hand. So that is combo number 2. Let's do that one last time, and then I'm going to add combo 3. So the last one, oh, last one, cool. One last time. Our hands are up. Alex and Caleb, give me some intensity faces. Urgh. Perfect. Ready? Skip in and go side kick. Good snap, guys. And then back fist to the head, and then drop that ridge hand to the body. Good. Okay. Combo number 3. We don't have to do the whole thing, but I do want to show you what it is. Combo number 3, I need to bring Bruce, my grappling dummy, with me for class so I can kind of like beat him up in the video for you guys. Jab, cross, knee into it's called a guillotine. It's a type of headlock. Into a guillotine, and then we take out the inside of the knee. So watch. Your hands are up. Put your right leg forward. Let me move my camera a little bit so you see me on this. Put your right leg forward a little bit. So my right leg is in, right? From here, my hands are up. If my right leg is forward, that means my right hand is my jab. Whichever leg is closest, that hand is jab. So right hand is a jab. Left hand does a cross. And then from there, you're going to grab and throw a knee, just like that. That's the first piece. Do it again. So your hands are up. You go jab, cross, knee to the groin. One last time. Hands are up. You go jab, cross, knee. Piper, you're looking much more intense again. It looks like you're good again. One more time. Ready? Hands up. Go jab, cross, and then knee. You don't even have to grab on that, but I like to grab for the lapel when I'm pulling in for the knee. As soon as you throw the knee. Now, if you did a jab, cross, knee, boom, if you stick to the groin or to the stomach, it should cause them to lean in. As they lean in, we're going to go for a guillotine. Think of it like headlock from the front. So watch. If I was facing you and I bowed like this, you come up and you wrap your arm around my head like this, and you grab your other wrist like this, like you're doing a headlock. That's the position we're going to be in for the guillotine. Now with that move, just think of it as I'm facing you and you put me in a headlock. That's called headlock from the front, just like that. So one more time on this. When we do the jab cross, watch. You go jab, cross. You throw that knee. When you knee them, if you're holding their lapel or around their neck, when I hit, either way, I'm going to get my hands around their neck. I'm going to pull his head down and then slide him into position.
Can't we like jump and do this?
You could jump on the knee, but it would make it harder to get them to bow forward. If you do a shuffle knee, if you came up with a shuffle knee like that, you're hitting at an upward angle here, which is going to, chances are, would tip them back more. If they are close enough to throw a knee, you probably won't be able to actually shuffle on this one. So after you do the knee, though, let's do it one more time. Our hands are up. We go jab, cross. You throw your knee, and you grab their head and pull it down. So I'm grabbing the back of their neck, pull it down. Reach over their head and lock them in. Okay, now that you've got them locked in, what's going to happen is this. If you are lifting up like that, that's more of a choke. That's more like headlock. It's lifting up. The guillotine is where I'm trying to choke the sides here and here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me flex my neck a little. Right there. You're trying to cut off the blood flow there and there. The problem is, if you are going, watch my muscle here, my arms. If I flex like this, so I'm trying to pinch this and this closer together on the neck. I'm pinching them that way. All they have to do to relieve that pressure is stand up a little. If they raise their head a little, look at that big gap in my arm right now. If they raise up a little, I lose it. So if I come back up, I'm no longer doing the guillotine. I'm choking the neck again, the airflow, which is fine. But if I'm trying for the blood choke, hang on one second, Abhinav. Watch this. The way to get them to stay down low, I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to step on the inside of their kneecap here. Not stomping the front of the knee. I'm stepping on the inside of the knee. And if I step there, if you were to step there on me, let me tip it down so you see this. If you were to step right there on the inside of my knee, it's going to cause me to buckle my leg out and I drop my weight onto your arm where you've already got me choked. That makes sense?
When you do this, like, when you do this, it can knock them out sometimes because it might be pressing on here.
So If it's a blood choke, yes. If it's a blood choke, you only have, if you're doing it correct, it takes about 5 seconds for somebody to start to pass out. If they pass out, it only takes a couple seconds once they are completely unconscious to cause brain damage. Well, I guess the kids wouldn't, the adults that have seen UFC fights, for any of you guys watching UFC fights, you'll see the referee, as soon as that ref thinks that guy is unconscious, he jumps on the other fighter and pulls him off quick. And the reason is, it is a very narrow window of potentially causing lots of issues, because when you choke the blood through here, the neck, you're not stopping the blood from getting to the brain. You're stopping the blood from leaving the brain. So it's still getting there, and it floods the brain. It overloads it. And so you need to let go to let the pressure back off, which is what makes you pass out. All right, so let's recap what we got so far. From the beginning, here we go. So first thing we had was our offensive grab. The offensive grab was the single lapel. We pushed their chest just to get them to push back. As they push back, you grip their lapel, you pull them in, and whichever side grabs, that same side leg goes around their body to the back of their leg, and then you turn and you push them to the ground. So simple leg takedown. One more time on that one. We're here. We push to resist, grab and pull them in, get behind them. Now, I'll be honest with you guys on this one. Usually, I'm teaching you just to go from there. Usually, I would probably switch it over to the ridge hand just for an easier takedown. Both, I think, are good, though. I wrote the curriculum on this, so I do think this is effective as well. But I like going here a little bit more to make it easier. Abhinav, yes, sir.
When they fall down, can you punch them on the face real quick if they're trying to attack again?
You could. I like the way you think through these things. Yes, sir. You could do some attacks from there, or you could go into a mounted position. So if you do that sweep, boom, as you do that sweep, as they fall, you could step over and drop down into a mounted position so you have a full mount for ground and pound. But it depends. If usually that sweep isn't a very depends on how hard you push them on the way down. As you throw them down, if you push, that should be enough to hurt them on the way down, which should give you enough time to start moving to get away. If somebody hits the ground and you continue the fight, well, this is more for the adults. If you continue the fight after they hit the ground, I think it changes the legal landscape. You throw them to the ground, they were on the ground, and then you continue to fight. It changes the legal procedures of how it's viewed based on how much trouble I think you would get in. That's just perception. That's not, I'm not a lawyer, but my expectation is as soon as they hit the ground, if you keep that fight going, you're going to be in a little bit more trouble. It is different though. So if I sweep, boom, and they go to the ground and then I climb over, that's different than me saying I swept the leg and as he fell down, I tripped and landed. So I made sure I got my knee over it. That would give you some leeway. As far as I fell on top of him, I was falling, so I made sure I got my knee over, is different than I threw him to the ground and then I climbed on and started going to town. So you have to make sure you do it as you do the takedown to get in position, just to make sure you're safe there. Hope that makes sense. I don't think I'm going to make this video a public YouTube video based on me talking about that. But that said, I'll still post it on the Facebook page. It just will not be a public link. It'll only be for those of you guys that have the Facebook page. We also have the combo number 1, works in sparring. To be clear, since this is being recorded, I am not a lawyer. That is just my perception. I'm going to throw that out there for legal sake. So the next one is this. You have combo number 1 is sparring combo. So you're going to put your guard up. Let's see, what is our combo? We have jab cross, behind the knee, skip side kick, back fist cut, rich end. So if you're in a right side guard, you skip in with a side kick, land with the back fist to the head. Now you're hitting them on this side of the head. So I am moving my body this way, which causes their eyes to look this way, and they don't see that ridge hand come through the body. A lot of upper body movement, when I go to here, your eyes are usually tracking this up here more than this down here. So one more time, we're here, that guard is up, we come in with that side kick, boom. Land with your back fist, cut to that side, shoot that ridge hand into the body. Just make sure the thumb is tucked. As you're doing that, you want to be hitting with the ridge of the hand to protect you from actually hurting your hand. If you leave your thumb out in sparring, I was fighting one time sparring. It wasn't like a fight. I was sparring with, I can't remember who. I remember where I was. I was at my old school when I was a student, when I was like blue belt or so. I remember sparring with one of the other instructors, and they went to shoot a side kick. They came in with a kick. They were pushing across the ring, and I moved to throw the kick down. As they went to kick, I went to throw that kick down, and look where my hand is right here. I went to throw their kick down, and because they were so fast with their kick, I only caught with my thumb on their leg, and I pushed, or they kicked. Either way, it bent my thumb real bad, and I sprained it real hard through my hand and my wrist, and it hurt for months. It just would not go away. And then as it started to feel a little bit better, all the guys will understand this on the video. I thought, oh, I'm good enough to spar again now. Like, it's feeling pretty good. And so I thought, I'll spar one more time. And I swear to God, within the first match, boom, I did it again. I thought, oh, my hand. And it took another 2 months before it felt good. So the point is, you want to keep the buddy system. Whenever you're doing like any kind of hits like that, I try to keep the thumb pretty close to the palm so that it is not the lone wanderer all by itself over there. That's right, combo number 3. The last thing we have is our fighting combination. So our hands are up like this. The fighting combo is to go jab cross. You come in with a knee to the groin. You grab and you pull their head down so you can get over their head into this position here. All you really need is a headlock. You can just tighten up like this and hold them there. That's fine. If you are here, though, the reason I like doing the knee kick is I want to kick out the base of the knee, because any of you guys that have done headlock from the front with me know that we teach headlock like this. If they're here, the person in the headlock has an easy shot to the groin. Our drill is to go ridge hand to the groin, elbow to the face. And if I just wait here, I'm waiting for them to hit me in the groin eventually when they figure it out, if I don't pass them out fast enough. So as soon as I get into this position, I'm going to come up and step down on their knee, which makes them sit down, which just gives you a better position. Now from there, you could even turn your hips a little bit to the side, or you could do a follow-up. But the point is that if you're doing more of the guillotine, I'm kind of making like a wedge. See how I make kind of a wedge there? So that I'm pushing their neck down in the wedge, and then I'm tightening up the edges just like that, flex them together against the side of the neck. I'm trying to get these angles right there and there. It is pretty effective pulling up as well, though. If you're going up, you can come all the way around, like, give me 1 second, I'll pop. You can come all the way around like this, and you can just lift with this hand to tighten up on the throat as well. Abhinav, you're on, sir. Yes, sir.
Can they do steering wheel if they know it?
Steering wheel is for headlock from the rear. Headlock from the so this is headlock from the front. We're hitting them and we're facing them. So I'm facing you and I'm going like this because you just hit me with the knee, and then you're grabbing me like this, facing this way. Steering wheel is if I'm bowing facing this way, and then you come up behind me facing the same way with your body and grab me like that. That's where steering wheel is. Steering wheel is the one where you hit to the groin, you go like this. But on the other one facing, that's the sawmill. We call it the sawmill. Where you're here, you go ridge hand to the groin, elbow to the face if they're facing the same way.
Or I meant like, not the elbow in the face. Like, can you like force their neck backwards like that? Like,
that's like steering wheel. Like steering wheel. Well, that's why you want to do the takedown quick. Usually, I don't like so joint manipulations, the takedowns. Those are hands down. I love that stuff. That was what got me really stoked about martial arts when I started. I still vividly remember the first place I went, the first school I went to. Oh my God, guys! It was in a beat down part of Lynchburg, like in a rough part of town. It was the instructor just was stuck with the lease at that point, even though they had schools other places. So he held on to the lease because he got such a cheap deal. It was such a bad part of town. He basically just used it for instructor training. And so I was there with the instructors doing the training there. One of my first times, I was a white belt. And I remember them doing knife disarms and doing some of the takedowns and things like that. And I watched that and I was hooked. Like as soon as I saw one of the knife disarms, I thought that is the coolest thing. And I swear to God, the same night I got home, Walker, Texas Ranger was on. I remember sitting on my couch and seeing the bad guy pull out a knife. And I leaned in thinking, if he does it like this, I know what to do. And sure enough, the guy goes like this. And Chuck Norris, he ended up doing a move that was almost identical to the one that we teach as far as the knife disarm. And I was like the whole time on the couch, I was doing this, like imagining what I would do in this situation. You will start to see when you guys watch movies, you're going to start to see stuff and say, oh, we do this, or I can see how they do that. It's such a cool experience. Well, I'm not going to recommend this for the kids. Pretty sure it's not kid friendly. For the adults though, the Born Identity movies and Born Supremacy and all those, watching some of those are hybrids of similar styles to what we do. So if you watch some of the takedowns and the hits and things he does, you'll see similar concepts to what we teach, that if you understand our system, you can do the exact same stuff that he does. Now, maybe don't stab people with pens and things like that, but it's pretty cool stuff. All right, that is it for now. I got to wrap up so I can get ready for Masters Club. Announcements are these. Number one, we are go for Wednesday's class will be at 1 o'clock. Friday's class will be a group class at 6 o'clock for everybody. And then next week, these times will be adjusted by a little bit. What's going to happen is the Monday classes, I will do all the classes on Monday. Give me 1 second, Abhinav. We'll do all the classes on Monday, but there is a 15-minute gap between classes, with the last class being Masters Club right at 7 o'clock. I'm going to change it up where it's going to be, I'll post it on the Facebook page and send out a mass email to you guys, but I'm going to take out the 15-minute gap between classes, which will move the Masters Club just a little bit earlier. That way, if I'm out here, I don't have to worry about where the sun's going to be at that point of the evening, as well as it makes it so Masters Club doesn't have to be out as late. The 15-minute gap was really so we could transition one group in as the next group goes out of the school, but at the moment that's not happening. So once we are back to good, we will go back to the regular as well. I'll keep you up to date on schedule. So the sparring seminar was awesome. Oh yeah, Abhinav, I left you holding. Yes, sir.
When is master class today?
Next, in just a minute. As soon as I hang up this call, I'm going to turn on the Masters Club call as well. Okay, so you'll turn that on as soon as we hang up here. We'll switch over to Masters Club video. There's one other thing. What is it? I don't know. I swear there's something else I was going to tell you guys. The sparring seminar went well. I had a lot of fun with it. We played it where there were 3 moves. You could do a cross chop, and if you did a cross, it was basically like rock paper scissors. I'd say ready go, and either they would throw a cross chop. If you threw a cross chop, that would beat if the other person threw a side kick. If you threw a side kick, that would beat if the other person did a ridge hand. And if they did a ridge hand, that would beat somebody throwing a cross chop. I'll explain the reasoning for those. But I would like to do another one of those pretty soon. I'll let you guys know when. I'd like to do it as a competition between our school and another school, just for fun. Your Turbo, yes, sir.
When's the black belt program?
In 2.5 minutes. As soon as we're done with this call, I'm loading the black belt program video. So that's a different link though, just for Masters Club students. I'll load that in just a second for you as well. So you guys could even drop down and jump on it if you want. Any other questions? Raise hands if so. I think we're good. Thank you guys for being on. I had a lot of fun working with you guys today. I will see you guys either Wednesday, Friday, or next Monday. Adios, everyone. See you guys.
Bye.
Adios. So you need to log in right now? Black player?